Okay, this is Diacetru welcoming everyone to today's stream. And as such, I want to believe we are doing pretty fine. And guess who we have here? Today's stream is really a different one. It's filled with emotion, it's filled with joy, it's filled with laughter, it's filled with what other adjective can I use to call it? Today's stream is all about a story of hope out of despair. Today's stream is all about a story of having a second chance when we thought that everything is over. And that is why, if you are not here, I bet you are missing a lot. And today, we are going to be spending the next 1.5 hours to talk about how we end up setting up how we got to this point in setting up a six-figure business for a zero-age quadruplet. And I see that as a blessing in disguise. I see it coming after a lot of challenge for the family. I see it as something that we just need to give thanks in everything. And before we proceed, normally I will want to welcome our moderator, because we cannot do this without our moderator, Mr. Giwa. Hello, Mr. Giwa. We want to be sure that we can hear you. Mr. Giwa,
can you hear us?
We can't hear you.
Muted.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself. Okay.
Oh, please, you need to work on your mic.
Maybe you should remove the earpiece.
Are you using an earpiece? Okay. You need to adjust it. We can't hear you. Because today is going to really be a real blast session, and we are welcoming our official moderator, Dreamstream. Our prayers are we dad. Oh, lovely. So Jim Barak, we are waiting. We can't wait to have you to help us moderate today's event, because it's such a powerful stream we are having today. And as such, I would just want to be sure that we can hear the Giwas clearly. Okay, if this is the first time, let me just give us the background. If this is your first time of coming to this channel today, we started a story some months back about a family. I want to believe that everybody can hear me. Okay, Jim Barak, we are giving you 5 minutes. We've already sent the link. So it's all about the story of a wonderful family, a couple, a beautiful couple that got married some 5 years ago. And in the process, after they are married, they had this challenge. They had a delay in childbearing for 5 years, and by the time the wife conceived, she conceived a quadruplet. That's 4 babies at once. And lo and behold, she put to bed after 5 years of trying to get pregnant, only for her, we lost her. We lost the mother of the quadruplet the following day after the birth. It's a painful one, which we can relate with. It's a painful one that can shake, it's a situation that can shake any man, that can shake anybody, that can make anybody go off key. But we thank God that the dad here who happens to be Mr. Giwa that we are seeing here, Giwa Samuel today. When we got wind of this news, we did not just go over there to go and cry with him, because I remember getting over there and telling him that if you think I've come here to cry with you, it's a mistake. I've not come here to cry with you. I've come to prefer solution to get out of this situation, at least to better the lot of those children, to put smiles on the faces of those baby. Can you imagine, as we speak, they are just about
How many months?
they are just about maybe 2-3 months now.
Yes.
So, and these babies were under intensive care. What
Incubator?
they were in the incubator, and a whole lot of money was at stake. They needed to pay. The husband needed to get the body of the wife out of the mortuary for burial, and a whole lot. You don't want to be in that scenario. But we thank God we came across, we put out a video about the father, because he happens to be what's it called, a salary earner. We pulled out a video, and the video was all over. We thank you guys, all our subscribers on our 3 channels: Cetro's Vlog, Cetro Craft for the fashion, and the Cetros, and on our what's it called, our Facebook, and all the committee of Cetro's Foundation, the supporters of Cetro's Foundation on the channel. Everybody went to work. We push out the video. We call for help. We rally for help. A lot of persons drop their widow's mite from $1 to $10 to whatever amount. They paid directly. All this, please take note, all these monies were paid directly into the dad's account, the father of those kids. You are going to be hearing from him. I'm just giving the summary of this in case you missed the whole story of how it all started. But I've come to discover something, that in Africa, we need to change our mindset. We are not a bunch of beggars. We are a bunch of doers. And as such, we need to act on time. Before we could say anything about 4-point-something million naira was raised for the welfare of those babies, gifts were coming in, but that is not the solution. Because no matter how much we raise for people, that's not the solution. So the solution lies in creating a business that will take care of those children, that will make this young man, he's still a young man, that will make this young man concentrate at his workplace, so that he will not die of heart attack, he will not die of high blood pressure, to raise 4 kids, 4 beautiful kids.
Without a partner,
3 girls and 1 boy. To raise them without a partner is not a joke. And God bless Africa. Over here in Africa, there is nothing like child support. You need, in case you're outside this country and you are thinking, what about the government? Nothing like that. Read my lips. Nothing like that. The government, they are too busy with so many other things. They have so many challenges on their hands. So it's high time we Africans, we decide to help ourselves and also help our government. So in the process, we got talking, and boom, we advised him to get, and he told us that he's already gotten a consultant, a business consultant. And that is how we found ourselves here today, because they are launching a business. We are setting up a business for these kids. And every one of us, we just need to come in here and ask their father all the questions that we have been asking, all the questions that you have been sending to us, everything that you need to know about the business, everything you need to know about accountability, because I told the dad that life is all about accountability. The businesses and the nitty-gritty of it, we are going to get into it, but I don't want to talk too much. I just want to take a break here while we ensure that the mic of their father is working. So, Mr. Giwa, can we hear you, please? Oh, Mr. Giwa, you need to unmute yourself.
Okay.
I know, remove that mic. remove the earpiece. Use your phone. Use your phone mic. Because the world needs to hear you directly. But we just heard you a couple of minutes now.
You should go out.
Okay, you know what?
Again.
I think you need to go out and rejoin the link. Exit the studio and join back again. I think that will do it. So people, while we work on that, let me quickly do this. Rejoin the link again. So my people, let's quickly take a break while we prepare Mr. Giwas' mic so that everyone can hear him. Okay. Hear you now. Hello, Mr. Giwa. Hello. We can't hear anything from you. Hello. Wow. Is this for real? Please, we can't hear you. No audio. But we tested this some few minutes and it was working perfectly fine. I'm afraid.
I didn't check the mute button.
Okay. Please read the comment below. That's our moderator guiding you there. Check the mute button in the backstage.
We've checked it. It's not muted.
It's not muted, yeah. It's from his side. Hello, Mr. Giwa. Wow, this is something. I know we'll get through this. Okay, you know what we're going to do? Hello, Mr. Giwa. See what we're going to do? You are going to switch off your phone. You are going to switch off your phone and restart your phone. Then switch off your phone. You can hear me, isn't it?
Hello, sir.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Switch off your phone and rejoin the link. Okay. I guess we just need some couple of minutes more. This is some technical jargons coming up from nowhere. So let's just have a little break here. Okay, can you hear us now?
Mr. Dio, can you hear me now? I can
Wow.
Yes,
Oh,
hear
yes,
you.
yes.
okay. Thank God that that means
Thank you.
you restarted your phone,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes, I did. Yes, I had to
Okay.
restart the phone.
Okay.
Okay, you're
Ah,
Thank
welcome,
you.
sir.
you're
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay. The world is a better place if only we try to go extra mile for each other. And I'm so blessed. We are so happy. All of us at Cetrus Foundation, um, from the channels, the Cetrus Vlog, Cetro Craft, everywhere. We are just so happy to be seeing Mr. Giwa here. And as such, I want you, Mr. Giwa, to have the floor. Tell us how this all started. People want to know the background. They want to hear from you, not the story from a third party. So, can you
Okay.
please tell us about yourself? Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good evening, sir.
evening.
My name is Giwas Samuel. I am the father of the quadruplets. In 2015, I got married to my beloved wife, Joy, and we have been seeking for the fruit of the womb, which we had to wait for more than 5 years. And eventually, last year, in June last year, God blessed us, and my wife conceived, and we had to take the time out to get to the hospital, get to know the status, and follow the due procedures, which we got to the hospital, and it was being confirmed that we are being blessed with a quadruplet. And it's so amazing because it sounds unbelievable. We're just asking for God to bless us with an issue, and God decided to give us four at a goal. It was something, it was mind blowing. It was just too good to be true, but it was actually true. With the scan, with the test results, all proved that my wife was carrying a quadruplet, and we started the process of going for antenatal, registering for antenatal, and in December, the second of the 3rd of December, my wife was being advised medically to checking into the hospital on admission, not specifically for anything wrong, that anything was wrong, but just for close monitoring, because it's not going to be an easy one. For carrying a pregnancy, it's a very tedious task. Not talking about having a quadruplet, and we're being advised to check into the hospital on admission. So on the 3rd of December, my wife got into the hospital on admission, waiting the delivery date, which was slated for on the 31st of December. Then while we're prayerfully waiting, and we were just being expectant, and all through this period, we never knew what the sexes of the babies we're expecting are. We tried to, but we couldn't really get a clearer picture of their sexes. So we just committed everything to the hands of God, and prayed and asked, we told God this is what we wanted. We wanted them equally. We want a 2 female and 2 male. And we got to that point when it was drawing close to the 31st of December, which was the expected delivery date. I was being informed a week to that time that the delivery date has been reviewed further by a week, which is going to be not by a week, it's going to happen the following week, just by some days, which it was being slated for on the 2nd of December, 2021. So, and we're being explained to why it has to be moved, reviewed for, upward. So, and we felt it was okay. It's still a better one. What a better way to start a new year. So we're all good with the new scheduled date, and we're just praying.
Sorry, you meant January.
On the 2nd of
Yes,
January.
in January.
Okay.
2nd of January.
Okay.
Yes, please.
2021.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Continue.
So on the 1st of January, I had to join my wife in the hospital, and I was with her all through the New Year celebration. We were together in the hospital. Then later in the day, at about the noon time, my mom also joined us at the hospital, knowing fully well that delivery will be taking place the following day, being the 2nd of January 2021. So we're all there. We're with my wife, just in prayers and just encouraging her that it will soon be over in a short while. And eventually, the 2nd of January came. At about 5 a.m. in the morning, my wife was already dressed. She had a bath herself. She got prepared. She was just telling I and my mom that she was ready to get into the delivery room and have her kids. That she can't wait any longer. She just eager to get in and bring forth her kids. And we were also in that line. We're supporting her that the time is already here. You are going in and you're coming back, bringing in your sheaves. So at about 5 a.m., she got prepared. They started preparing her, placed her on drip and all of that. While I was just at her bedside alongside my mom, we're also praying alongside with the doctors. Then at about 7:20 a.m., she was being taken into the theater. And initially, I told her I was going to be there with her in the theater, even in the delivery room, I'll be there with her. And at about that time, while she was being taken to the theater, I was just behind her, just encouraging her to keep moving, that I'm solidly behind her. We are all here. Mommy is at the room praying for her. So there's no cause for alarm. But getting there, I was being advised by the doctor to instead get back to the room, join hands with mommy and intercede on her behalf, which I obliged. So I went back. I went back to our ward. I and my mom were there praying. Then that was at about 7:30 a.m. They got into the delivery room. Then at about, based on the information I got from the doctor, at about 8:15, the babies were out. They got in at about 7:30 a.m. At about 8:15, the babies were out. They were done, and my wife has been closed up, and she was being stabilized. So I was being called for to see my kids. That was at about 9 a.m. I was being called up by the doctor, one of the doctors, to come around. I never knew why he was calling me. So inside of me, I was just praying that God, please, it shouldn't be an issue. That's why I was being called further. So I just prayed a quick prayer and I went alongside with the doctor. So I got to the baby care unit where I was just being around by one of the doctors, and they were congratulating me that I could see my babies all lined up in the incubator, that have
Wow.
been blessed with a quadruplet. At that time, I was so dumbfounded. I just don't know how to express the joy that was inside of me. And I was being told I've been blessed with both male and female. That was at that point I knelt down and I shouted, thank God. I was giving thanks to God for what He has done for me. A male and female has been our prayer request, and God has done the wonders. He has brought them forth for us. So I was so excited, but I couldn't just express it. I was just wondering, could this be how God blesses someone? We just asked for one, and He decided to give us four at a stretch. It was just so wonderful. And at that point, I stood up and I requested to see my wife. I inquired about my wife, and I was being told, I met all the doctors, the consultants, they were already outside about taking their leave. And they told me, your wife is fine. She's recuperating well. And the clinical nurses are just cleaning her up. In a very short while, she will be taken into a ward where she will be stabilized. Then when she's now being stable, then she can return back to her ward. So my face was not so bright when I heard that. I just summoned the courage to say, okay. And the doctor noticed that and requested for my wife's phone, that I should give him my wife's phone, then put a call across to my wife. When then I can speak to my wife. I can't just go in at that particular time because they were still dressing her up. So I agreed. I gave him my wife's phone. I started dialing my wife's number. And eventually they picked, and I heard the doctor saying, your husband wants to talk to you. And I heard my wife's voice, and she said, hello there. And the next thing I was just shouting in thanksgiving to God. I said, thank God for you. Dear, congratulations. God has done it for you. You have your quadruplets, both male and female. And she screamed, wow, thank God. She was like, all of them. I said, all of them. I said, the most amazing thing is that the very first, which is a female, took after you, looks exactly like you. I've seen her, mommy, I've seen her. We are all here with them, and she looks just like you. And she smiled, and she was just saying, thank God, thank God. So after a short while, I just told her, let me leave her for now because I would want to see her in a very short while in the other room where she's been brought out to be stabilized. And I ended the call. So I couldn't leave the sight of my kids. I was just there giving thanks to God. And in a short while, I had to go in. I brought out my mom to come see her grandchildren. And when she saw them, she knelt down and she was just giving thanks to God. We are just giving thanks in the attitude of prayers, giving thanks to God and all of that. And then the calls started coming in. We started making calls to family, friends, that this has happened. In fact, I had to call my best man, which is Michael. I told Michael, yeah, that's it, that my wife has just been delivered of a quadruplet, and he was so excited. And I sent him some pics about my kids and my wife before delivery, and that was all I could know. I went into my wife's ward. I laid on a bed in thanksgiving to God. I was just thanking God. I got a call from my pastor who was trying to get update about my wife's delivery, and I told him that my wife has been delivered of a quadruplets. I was about making a call to him before his call came in, and he joined down with me and we prayed. He wanted to speak directly to my wife. I said my wife was still being cleaned up. In a short while, she'll be coming out. And he said, okay, we can go ahead with the prayers. And he said prayers for my wife and for the babies, and we're fine. We're all good. Then at about 6 in the evening, I had to turn to my mom. Or before then, I went to meet the doctor that I'll need to see my wife. I've not seen my wife yet. And I said, oh, you can go in and see your wife. So I went in. I saw my wife. I saw a nurse still trying to take her vitals and all of that. And I got in. I thanked her. She was just telling me, let's give all thanks to God. That it was God that did wonders. They could only try, but it is God that just did the miraculous. So I told her that I would love to speak to my wife, but it appears she's still sleeping. And she said, you can tap your wife. She will open her eyes and she will talk to you. She's awake. So immediately I held my wife. She opened her eyes. Immediately she saw me. It was all smiles. She was just smiling and asking me, how about the quadruplets? They are all fine. I said they are all fine. I repeated all I told her on phone. And she was like, wow, thank God, thank God. And I turned back to the nurse. I was trying to inquire how was my wife faring. Hope she's responding to all of the treatment being given to her. And he said yes, gradually all our vitals are gradually coming up. They are being stable gradually. That in a very short while she will be fine. And before I could turn back to my wife, she had already dozed off. She slept off, and I just had to excuse her. I said, let her rest. She has really tried, let her rest. So I went back to where my kids were. So I was with my kids. Then in a short while, I went to meet my mom in my wife's ward. So I was thanking my mom for being there. And I was telling her, please, you can go home now and have a proper rest. Since yesterday, you've not rested. I have not slept myself. So you have to go. The babies are here now. Wifey is recuperating well. So you have to go home now and rest properly. That I would have to be there. That my mom should please do me a favor, help me tell my aunties to please come around the following day, being Sunday, the 3rd of January, so that I could equally go to church and do my first Thanksgiving for the year, and also, break the good news to the Fuller House, the church. And my mom insisted that I go home, that she is willing to stay. She can't even move an inch out of the sight of her grandchildren and my wife. So she would have to be there, that she has the strength, that the strength from within is with her. So I shouldn't bother. I should go home instead, get prepared, go for my Thanksgiving service the following day. Then in the evening, I could come back to see my kids and my wife. So at about 7:30 in the evening, I left the hospital. I got home quite on time. By 8 on the dot, I was already in the estate. Immediately, I got into the estate. I got a lot of people trying to stop me, congratulating me. I was so surprised. How did the news get here? They were like, it's all over everywhere. Baba 4, Baba 4, congratulations. And we'll go home. The celebration keep going up. Everybody coming to see Baba 4. It was so, exciting for me. And after a short while, I had to plead with them. I need to get in now, get refreshed, and have a sleep. That tomorrow morning, all I would do in the morning is to get to church for my Thanksgiving. Once I'm back, we can celebrate till when I'll be going back to the hospital. And they allowed me in. I got into my house, had my bath, and I went to bed. It was at about 3 a.m. My phone started ringing. The phone woke me from sleep, and all that came to my mind was, who could this be that couldn't wait till the dawn of the morning to congratulate me over the delivery of my quadruplets? So I reluctantly checked who the caller was, and I noticed it was my mom. I got frightened. I was like, what could my mom be calling me at this time for? So I picked a call, and all she told me was, there's an emergency. The doctor needs me right now. Immediately, I jumped from the bed, put on my clothes, took off my car keys, and off I went. And it was at about the time where there was curfew, there was no movement from 12 midnight till at about 4 a.m. or thereabouts. So my mom was so disturbed about how would I be able to journey down to the hospital.
Sorry. The curfew was as a result of what?
The curfew was as a result of, was it
COVID,
the
COVID
COVID?
issue.
Yeah,
COVID
COVID issue.
issue. I know
Yes.
why I'm picking on that. Just continue.
Okay. So I told my mom she shouldn't bother about that. I always find my way to the hospital. That can't stop me from getting to the hospital. So immediately I took off. I got I got there quite on time. It took me just 30 minutes from Surulere to Shasha, where the hospital was in Coca Estate. But I couldn't get into the hospital because of the security, the gates were locked and all of that. So immediately I put a call across to my mom that he should please help me speak to the gyno, that I'm at the back gates, that the gates are locked. If she could speak to any of the security to allow me in. And immediately the gyno spoke to me through my mom's phone and told me, Mr. Giwa, there is an issue, there's an emergency. We are taking your wife to lawsuits. And she told me, you remember I told you that we have to make a plan B arrangement before she went in for delivery. That whenever they are going in for such, there is always a plan B arrangement. Should there be an emergency, that our reference hospital is lawsuits. She had 4 consultants working with her, of which 2 of them works in lawsuits. So she has a very good working relationship with lawsuits. So for any referral case, she takes our client to lawsuits. So I told her it's okay. I will just do a U-turn now and head for lawsuits. And she told me they are right behind me. They are coming with my wife. And she told me I should put my mind at rest. I shouldn't let my mind to be bothered. That all is under control. That everything will be fine. Your wife will be stable, and she will return back to see her kids. So with that, I had no fear. There was no fear or anything in me. So I drove off. I got to Lasuth at about 4 a.m. on the dot. I was in Lasuth. I sat on my bonnet and I was just praying that whatever could be the emergency reason that we are here, that God should just take control. And shortly, I saw the ambulance drove in into the premises. So I knew when I saw the name of the hospital, Mercy Tribe, I I knew that was my wife being brought in. So I drove after them. Then we got to a particular section in Lasut, which is a Ayike house. Ayike house. And we all came down from the vehicle. My wife was in the ambulance, and the doctor who took delivery of the quadruplets advanced and went to meet the medical team in Lasut that were on duty. And she spoke to them that this is what has happened. My wife has been delivered of a quadruplet, and she spoke in a medical term which I couldn't understand. And she said she has to be stabilized in the IUC. That all of this has been booked for ahead of time, and the doctors were just being reluctant to attend to us. They were just staring at us. At some point, one of them just muttered a word and said, "There's no space." And the doctor was trying to explain all of this has been booked ahead of time. So you can't give us that as an answer. There is no space when we have booked ahead. She started making reference to the doctors she came through and all of that, and they said it's quite understandable, but with the current situation at hand, there is no space at the IUC. Now, while all of that was going on, I had to meet my wife in the ambulance. I held her, and at some point, she told me, "Dear, do not let me die."
Jesus.
She said, "Do not let me die." And immediately I told her, "Dear, you're not dying. Nobody is dying here. You are being brought in here so that you'll be stabilized. When you are stable, we'll taking you back to where your kids are. Your kid needs you at this time, so you have to be there for them. So nobody is dying. Instead, we brought you here so that you can be, stabilized, more stable." And she said, "Okay." We're still pleading with the doctors on ground, the medical team on ground. And at some points, my wife started complaining in the ambulance. She called the attention of the gyno that then took the delivery in the private hospital. And she started complaining to her that she is no longer comfortable in the ambulance, that they should take her out of the ambulance. She's no longer comfortable here. And we all rushed out to the medical team in Lasut, trying to explain to them the patient is even complaining that she's no longer comfortable in the ambulance. Okay, there's no space in the IUC. Give us a bed space where she can be laid
Yes.
on. And they told us there are no beds available. There are no bed space available. And at that point, we just don't know what else to do. We're pleading. I, I knelt down, my mom, everybody were pleading. And after a while, I was being called by one of the medical team member, and he was asking me I had to get a bigger folder. I needed to know what direction, where will I get the folder? Am I getting it here? If I'm getting it here, let's go ahead. And they just gave me a hand description of where I could get the folder. And my
Shit.
mom would dash down that early morning. We got there, the person on duty was sleeping. Before we could wake the person up, before the person could put on the system and get us the folder, make payments. At some point, when I got the folder, I had to plead with my mom that I may need to run. She can be coming afterwards. So I had to dash down back to the front desk. I presented the folder that, here's the folder. They started with another series of questions. What my name, where I'm from, same thing for my wife. I was answering all of those questions as fast as I can. And after a while, one of the doctors said, one of the medical team said, the doctor that is going to see her, they don't have a doctor on ground that is going to see her. All of this was happening, and at the same time, I was being asked to get some certain drugs. I have to drive a distance to get a drug, a place I never knew. Nobody is willing to even give me a clear direction to where I could get this drug. I was very early in the morning. I was just driving everywhere in Lasut, trying to locate the said pharmacy. Getting there, the drug was not available. They referred me somewhere else within Lasut where I could get the drug. I got there. I met the security guys on duty. They told me there's nobody in the pharmacy, that the person on duty just stepped out. They don't know if he has closed for the day. I looked at the time, it was already 5 a.m. I was like, this is quite too early for anyone on night shift to leave at about this time. So I had to get back to the previous pharmacy that I was directed to. I told them if they had the person on duty's phone number, I could speak to him and plead with him that there's an emergency on ground. And I got there. They said they don't have his phone contact, but what they noticed that he might have gone for his early morning prayers. So I should just hang around and pray he comes back as soon as possible. So I went back to see my wife. Because at that point I went back to see my wife. I noticed my wife was already giving up. I now noticed the medical team inside the ambulance they were trying to resuscitate my wife. When I saw the sight, I ran towards her. I held her, and by this time, she was not being able to talk to me anymore. Her eyes were just rolling the other way around. I just don't know what to do, to say. So immediately I had to drive off back because I knew what I wanted to get was to be used on her. So I had to quickly drive out, and eventually the attendant in the pharmacy came. So I told him there was an emergency. I need to get this particular drug. It was quite fast for him. He got the drug. I made payments and I drove back. At the point when I drove back, I noticed my wife has been moved into the ward that they earlier told us that there were no bed space. But when it was almost over, the bed space from nowhere appeared, became available, and my wife was being taken in. So when I got to that point, I saw the doctor that took delivery of the quadruplets from the private hospital with other lawsuit medical team trying to do what they can. So I just passed to the nurse on duty the item I went to buy, the drugs I went to buy. So I took my mom outside. I like, let's be interceding, let's be praying. So we were just praying, and I was just telling God that this was not the promise, that this was not the promise He had for us, and this can't even be, that God should take control and all of that. I was just praying, declaring all of that, and about 45 minutes later, I noticed the gyno walked out of the hospital, walked past me while I was praying, walked past my mom, and she went to a dark shed and sat down. So I was not disturbed about that. I kept on intensifying my prayers, and after a while, she came to me and told me, Mr. Giwa, I will need to see you. So she took me to where she was seated and asked me to sit. I sat, and for a while, she kept mute. And I had to break the silence, what about my wife? And what she could tell me was my wife so trusted her. So immediately she said that, I already knew what had happened. I ran out of her presence. I just don't even know where I was running to. I was weeping, I was crying, I was praying at the same time. My mom saw me running. Perhaps that could have also communicated what had happened to my mom, to my wife. She ran after me. She couldn't get a hold of me, and she fell to the ground, and she was also crying. I just don't know where I was running to, but I just knew I was running. I fell at some point. I was praying, I was crying at the same time, that this is not the promise of God. This can't be happening. And after a while, it became so clear that my wife has passed on. She couldn't make it, and all it was just, if she was being attended to quite on time, for 2 hours, my wife was left unattended to. So at about 11 a.m., when my wife and praying partner, a pastor in Unilag, came over, and my elder brother, who is also a pastor, came over, and we prayed for hours. At about 11 a.m., when the mortuary attendant came, that demanding that the corpse be taken to the morgue, it was now dawned on me that my wife has passed on, and I watched them wheel my wife into the ambulance, and she was being taken off. My elder brother had to go with them, and that brought us to this point where we are in.
Okay, Mr. Giwa, I must
It has
just
been so
say
bitter.
thank you. I must just say thank you so much. I purposely left you to release all the energy within, all the negative energy that must have been compressed all this while. I intentionally left you to let it out.
Okay.
This is the first time I'm sitting down to listen to the whole story. And if you look at it very well, you discover that when I got to your place, I was just making sure that I didn't want to hear the whole gist
Yeah.
because it is I was trying to help you, and I was trying to help myself also, because last year we lost our 2-year-old baby.
Oh
So
gosh.
I know what it was to lose someone. It is that moment in which you pray and your prayer seems like as if there is no God, but God is still there.
Yes, God is God.
Yeah. Um, some things that we men ought to do, if they are not done on time, they can make it look as if God is helpless. Some things that we human beings, especially on this side of the African continent, some things that we create that lapse, that 1 second,
Minutes.
that 1 minute activity that is expected to be performed by us, if we just let it go without carrying it out, God himself might be helpless in our situation. But that is not the reason why we are having this conversation today.
Yeah.
The reason why we are having this conversation today is to make us know that we, anywhere in the world, so far we are called human beings, we dictate what happens to us. We take ownership of whatever has happened to us and we move ahead with the speed of light. I
Yeah.
remember carrying my baby. I have never wept like that before. I wept like a joker. I wept like a primary school child. I call on God. It was like God turned his back at that moment. You know, when you were talking, I was saying that the reason for the coffee was what? COVID.
COVID.
The reason why I couldn't get access to the little money I was saving in the bank was COVID, because everywhere was locked up. That minute, that gap between withdrawal and rushing the baby to the hospital matters, all those periods. But we don't want to disturb ourselves with whatever the government hospital are doing, blah, blah, blah. No.
Yeah.
And I allowed you to say the story so that we can see the foundation of where we are going to,
Yeah.
or we are. Now, immediately I heard about your story, we decided that what happened to our baby that has already given us the energy that we should continue to spread the love and help as many youth, as many child, as many human beings we come across. We took up the challenge to do all this. And we are so glad that today your emotions, your challenges, and the likes has been helped a little bit. I know why I'm saying a little bit, because let me tell you, this is the truth of it. Whether you like it or not, you will still be there and you will cry. I'm not pretending. If you look at my highball, as I'm listening to you, I'm already crying. And if at the point I can't handle this live stream, I'll just walk away, because every day,
You don't have to start that
I'm
one.
not, every day, I still cry. I still think about my little baby. So talk less of a wife that you've been there together for 5 years. But that's not the story. We cry, we push back, and ask ourselves, what's the way forward? We don't have a continent where people are reasonable enough to think to take good care of us. We don't have a continent where people are reasonable enough to fight for us. We don't have a continent where people are reasonable enough to know that when people give birth to anything more than two, they need to be assisted. No, we don't have that continent, but we have to build that continent. We have to build that continent where we can
You
help.
don't have to do this. Okay.
We have to hold on.
Okay.
We have to build that continent where we can help people to support each other. And that's what we are doing for you today. All the period I've been coming to your place to cover the baby, I'm so happy seeing those babies. But I'll be much happier when we see that the money that is being raised is properly used to set up this business of yours, to take care of these children so that they don't feel the vacuum. I would like my wife to take over from here. Just give me some minutes.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Uh, the purpose of this today is actually not. Some persons might look at me and feel maybe I'm not a superwoman. I'm not a anything. What I do in life is I advocate for joy, because I've discovered something. Hello, sir, Mr. Giba, please. I want you to learn
Yes.
this principle. The
Okay.
Bible says, "Joy of the Lord is my strength." What
Yeah.
keeps me going? It's not good for me to be sad at all. That person could give up in minutes, not me. So I discovered that it's not good for me to cry. It's not good for me to be sad. It's not good for me to be moody. So I don't even try to venture into it. Every second, I keep remembering my baby. Every second, I see her every second. If I can just close my eyes, I see her. But I console myself that she's safe, she's in a good place, and it's well, and God knows it best. So, but what I want to do is when I see people around that are still living, because when I saw her dead body, I told her, I said, "My baby, I'm so sorry. Whatever I've not done for you, please forgive me. But for anybody still living that I can help, I must make sure I help that person." And that's why it's not maybe because we are anything or we are anywhere or we just decide that this one life we have, we want to affect people positively. And that's what we want to do for the quadruplets. So please, everyone on this stream is not just for us to cry and we cry and that's all. We're here to go forward with these children. Therefore, to take them to the daycare and everything. We are setting up a business for them. Their dad has already met a consultant, and the Citrus Foundation, we are taking it up from there. They are setting up a business, and the name of the business is the Fantastic Four.
Okay, let me take it from there. Okay, I think so sorry that I couldn't control that outburst. So what the storyline is not just about crying, just like my wife said, it's about moving forward. If there is any
Yeah.
big dream that I have is to move this continent. I'm not talking of my country alone. I'm talking of the continent, to move the continent forward. And how can we move this continent forward? Is we have a challenge, we go a step higher than the challenge, we move forward. Even if we cry, we bounce back together and say, you know what, we are not going to give a damn about whatever has happened. We might have lost loved ones, we might have lost the opportunity of being in a better ruled economy, but all we can do is to what? To make sure that the generations coming behind, they have hope in us that are alive. And that is exactly why we are doing what we are doing.
Yes,
The
please.
Your babies, let me tell you, your babies are not just your babies any longer, because
Yeah.
all that we are doing, we are finding the joy of what we couldn't have done to save the life of our baby. We are finding the joy in saving the lives of your baby, in the sense that giving them the opportunity to come and have that care that the world should actually give to infants. And that is why now forward we want to talk about the business that we are advising you to go into. And if anybody is listening or watching this stream for the first time, please take note. After we turn out a video about what happened to the Giwas, we're able to, as at a few weeks ago when I was with him, we were able to raise about 4 point something million
That's how
naira.
much in dollars?
I don't know how much that would be in dollars. That should be a little above
Like $8,000. Four point.
yeah, no, no, that's about $4,000 or so. Even
No, 1 million. Okay.
yes, now that should be about $4,000. We're able to raise that amount of money uh, for the babies, and I always believe in
Thanks to everyone
thanks
on
to
all the
everyone.
platforms that contributed
Yeah,
just to save the lives of these babies. We really say thank you. God bless you. So
Thank you so very
grateful.
much.
okay. So the challenge, the stuff is not about just getting that much money for those kids, because they are four. Whatever the amount of money we raise for this kid, let me tell you, for these children, if we don't invest it properly, it will be spent on feeding, clothing, and
Housing,
housing
crèche.
and daycare. Because now the dad, he needs to get, the last time we spoke, you've gotten a nanny and an
Yes.
house and an
Or house
Yeah.
help.
housemaid
No why.
and an house help. Look at, you will continue to pay these people. They will stay in your house. You have to feed them both.
The
You
formulas for
have
the
to
baby,
the formulas for the baby.
the
And
house rent.
let me tell you, the maximum number of period that people will continue to say, oh, let's still assist you, will be 3 months. After 3 months, people go back to face their own challenges. Now, we advise Mr. Giwas that the way forward is not just, oh, to be happy that people are sending whatever they are sending now, but to use that money to set up a business. Because it's only a businessman that can take care of these children. A lot of
Steady
expenses.
flow of income.
You need steady flow of income. By the time they are going to school, instead of registering a child, you are registering 4 children at once. So the calculation needs to be in place. And thank God we advise him that there's a particular business that he can look into. And he ran. I remember we exchanged ideas. You were telling me some business that you wanted to go into, isn't it, Mr.
Yes,
Giwa?
please. Yes,
Okay.
please.
So at the end of the day, we advised Mr. Giwa here that because he was thinking of having a, what's it called? Is it a mini supermarket or something?
Yeah, mini mart.
Mini mart. And I told him that that is very, very capital intensive. And in this part of the world, since he's still going to be working in the office, you can't trust nobody. Such kind of a business, they easily ground them. So it needs much of a business that is not going to be so much involved. You don't need to be there before checks and balances. Thank God that I happen to have worked in the bank. That is what we call control. You need a business that there is technical and human control in place. You understand? And that is why today we are so happy to be telling everyone here that the Giwas, the little Giwas, the 4 of them, they are going to be having a business that is a 6-digit business in place. that is fantastic. That's making me happy. A 6-digit business that is in place that will be sustainable, and there will be constant daily inflow. And I want you, even if you are outside this country, whenever you touch down, you come into Nigeria, I want you to come over
into Africa. Just come to Nigeria.
Just come to Africa
to see the Fantastic Four.
the Fantastic Four. Because the name of the business is what, Mr. Giwa?
Fantastic Four.
Oh, correct. So
Fantastic
Four. The name of the business is Fantastic Four. We are setting up this business to take care of these 4 babies that God has given as a gift, and as such, they are going to be. Can you please tell us about the business? Why am I talking too much?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, listening. Yes, the business is all about. We are looking at having a kind of a twin salon for both hair barbing and also the sales of an human hair.
Okay.
Then also we are looking at, in the sales of the human hair, we're also looking at a makeup gallery alongside with it, where people can come in, have their makeup for their occasions, and we'll be handling all of that. Then for the male folk, a barbing salon where their haircuts can be taken care of. And natural hair we sold. We are looking at wholesale, retail, all forms of a trade. Yeah, that's what we're looking at, and it's really going to be a big one. And we are putting all things in place to ensure that we start up as soon as possible, and also thanking the Citrus Foundation for their professional advice. Initially, I and my wife, before now, we intend going into operating a mini mart, and I was being advised by Mr. Dayo that that is capital intensive and it's easily grounded when you are not the sole person or the person actually manning the business. So I was being advised on
Wow.
this
I think
direction that the
okay.
yes, this direction that the Fantastic Four has taken. Can you hear me now?
Very well,
Yes.
very well.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are doing everything we can to
Okay.
bring this up as soon
As possible. Okay.
as all of this is going to take
Okay.
place. It's going to be the location, and when Mr. Dayo, the Citrus Foundation, gave me this idea, I keyed into it because I saw it was really going to be, a very lucrative one as compared to what I earlier had in mind. And I had to get a consultant. I also shared the same idea, what I'm looking at, and he encouraged it wholeheartedly and told me
Wow.
that is a welcome idea, and if we can push that, it's going to be a very big one, and that is what we are looking at.
Okay. Okay, that's great to know. Let me quickly state something here. The Fantastic Four is a one shop, one stop location whereby you can come in with your spouse, with your friend to have your haircut. As the male are getting their haircut, the female are having their hair salon treatment and the likes, washing, fixing, natural hair. Natural hair is expensive nowadays. Natural hair salon is expensive. So, and they are going to be also selling all the numerous is it hair product and the likes, natural hair and whatever jargons that the female world calls it. And aside that, there'll be a section for makeup, beauticians and the likes of them. So
also be a section for refreshment, like
okay, and I think Mr. Giwas,
Yes, please.
when you are going to the location that you are going to pick at the end of the day, I know that you said numerous agents have been showing you places and the
Yeah.
likes. So
Yeah.
where you are going to pick at the end of the day should be somewhere spacious enough. You understand? Because there is actually going to be a section. There's actually going to be I don't care whoever is your consultant already, but we are going to help monitor it to be sure that it is highly profitable and you get much inflow from whatever you are doing at one location. So there should be a section for a little bit of pastries, cakes, and you understand what I'm trying to say? Drinks.
Because when people are in the salon, especially
my wife is saying something.
Because when people are in the salon, I go with my kids to the salon, you are bound to buy something. So you have to give the children maybe biscuit, cake, drink. So there will be yes. So people, that's something that should go along with that business. So as people are there, they'll just, and once it's good, and that's daily inflow. Even people now, passers by that are not even in the salon, they've known it. And I think with the AYDS, it's going to be a very great one. So it's not as if Citrus Foundation is drifting from its purpose. Citrus Foundation, we have the scheme, African Youth Development Strategy Program, in which we are training different youths across Africa in different trades. They choose the trades they want to learn. The foundation pays for them anywhere they are in Africa, and we monitor their training in various skills. Some are caterers, some are barbers, some are tailors, some are makeup artists, and some are tailors, some are designers. So we have different crafts now that we have trained these youths on. So, and this is the time of monitoring them. By the time the Fantastic Four starts right now, we have those that will be capable ends
Okay.
that will be coming in, and so many
Okay.
other things.
Let me take it from there. Mr. Giwa, we
Yes,
are
please.
we are going to give you this offer free of charge. We are giving you this service free of charge. We want to schedule because of we are very busy. We might need to schedule a live stream meeting with your consultants.
Yes.
Are you with us?
Yes, please.
Because all of our followers, they want to be sure that these children, that the money that is being raised, these children make very successful outcome from it. And as such, we are going to help you with recruitment.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we have youth, we have that, and that's what we are saying. We should always look at the solution at the back of the tunnel. We have youths that are specialists, they've trained in hairdressing, barbing, catering, and the likes.
Makeup artistry.
Will help you conduct interview. We can do it in such a way that your consultant will be on seat and you yourself will be on seat. So we
choose the best.
We choose the best.
There is no favoritism.
You understand? So that we choose the best to start up that location for you. Then, depending on the location you are picking up, if you are what's it called? If you ever need a plumber, we also look for Tyler and all those stuffs. We engage these youths that we have trained. It's only in a situation that we don't have the youths that we have trained in that section. That's when we engage an outside person. You know what this is going to be doing? This is going to be helping lives of these African youth from going into being used as political thugs and the likes, making them more responsible, seeing that, oh, it's not that they have just gone to learn. We are bringing jobs into their hands also. And I tell you, the good thing is that their price is going to be cheaper than anybody else. You understand? Because they are still youth. So with that, we will minimize the cost of setting up the business so that we can have enough money to stock up the necessary machines. Because now you need a well furnished place for this Fantastic Four. You need enough space. You understand me? You need enough space so that when the kind of customers you attract, you understand, is going to be based on the business vision that we have. You understand? So that I think it will be a nice one. From day one, we will always be giving the updates to all our followers on what is happening with that business. And when that business kicks up, we are going to do what? We are going to launch it. We are going to launch it. We are going to open it live, direct. We will invite who is who to come over and see what is happening on that day.
And you know what? It's just making me laugh. By the time the Fantastic Four are like 2 years old, I just remember my Victoria when she was 1+ and she started school and she carried her school bag. By the time those children are 1+ or 2 and they are carrying their bags, so they say, "Come and patronize my work." Come on. As in, it's going to be fun filled. As in, it's going to be. And I want to believe we have lovely people across the globe that are followers of the Cetros Foundation, the Cetros family. They love the joy therapy and they help in all that we really say. We know that they are going to help. Even as they come to Africa, they are going to touch Nigeria and come and see the Fantastic Four, because
and that's why whatever you are setting up must be top notch.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, please.
You choose your furniture carefully, you choose the setting carefully, you choose your AC, everything well fitted carefully, so that when people come in there, it's more than just barbing people's hair. You are giving them experience.
The salon myself and my children go to, we pay for it. Making hair right now, maybe for male or female, maybe I don't know, for female it's even more expensive. There was a time myself and my 2 girls, we went to a place. if I tell you the amount we made our hair, it was
You
so
scream.
it's really expensive. There is money in it, and this is what you do weekly. Like at most, you have to make your children's hair weekly or at most 2 weeks. Do you understand, sir? So it's something
And
reoccurring.
let me come in here, Mr. Giwa.
Yes, please.
The good thing about this business is that all this our African youth that we are training, I need to tell you this: we are not training them to come and work for a paid job. Are you with me?
Yes,
So
please.
when you employ them into your space, they are going to be doing the business and be paying you.
Mm.
How do I mean about that? It is if they barb a particular hair, if all they do is they just barb one hair, that's their own cup of tea. They're only going to get paid for one.
They're able to barb 10 persons
So if
in a day.
they're able to barb 100 persons in a day, that means more money for their pocket and more money for you too. So everybody is not nobody.
No money for the
no money for
the money is not for Mr. Giwa, it's for the
yes now. So no money. You are not spending money on salaries or what have you. You understand what I'm trying to say there? It is each seat that is on that each barbing salon seat there is making money for the quadruplets. And the more money they make, the more hair they cut, the more money that goes to them too, the more money that goes to your business. So with that, you see that synergy is formed. The same applies to the person that is making the hair, the female hair and the number.
The catering,
so, the catering, everything. So at the end of the day, all you are just going to employ. Do you know what you are going to employ? You are only going to employ a single accountant. The accountant will double as the receptionist and accountant. He will be the one to monitor the business for you. Number two is cleaners. Are you with me? Just cleaner, a cleaner. So the cleaner will be in charge of cleaning everywhere that is this thing and the like. So those are just the two people you are going to pay in the whole this thing that you'll be paying salaries to. Every other persons, they are what? They are businesses operating under your business. Did you get that? So
I got that. I got that.
I will explain that model more to you because it gives you the opportunity to face your job at your workplace. Are you with me? It gives room for control in place. Everybody is monitored, and you can never set up that place without a CCTV. CCTV that is attached to your phone, that from office during break time you can check what is going on there. Are you with me? So there is nothing like fraud. There is nothing. So we'll talk much about that. But I'm so happy the way we are ending this vlog, because this is all about how we have assisted the Fantastic Four to set up a 6-digit business. Because in the first year, we want to be seeing tens and tens and tens of millions of naira as profit for the Fantastic Four.
Please patronize them because they need lots of money to keep these children alive and going, and they don't even remember the pain of their mom and saying mom is not there, those to take care of them. So please, we are pleading,
if you are seeing this news, if you are seeing
please share this video,
we need you to share it
so that people
we want sorry Ife, we have just like 6 minutes more. We want people to comment here now, give us more advice based on what we have just discussed with the Giwas. So we are looking forward to reading from you right now. So we just want you to drop in. Okay, I think Jim Barak said, "Let me gather myself. I'm deeply moved." Okay, that's Jim Barak. Then Ashley Spirit says, "Ogs." Oh, Ashley. Good evening. Okay, stay strong. Then True Life Story. Wow, True Life Story. I'm going to be doing a live stream with True Life Story next week, and it's going to be within the week. Please, everybody, you need to just watch out for that. There is a story that I don't want to let out of the cat. It's a very interesting story, all the way from the UK. She's going to be telling us her experience She happened to travel to Lebanon. Experience in Lebanon for those our African youth that thinks that Africa is a very bad place, that they want to go to the Middle East. Please, you need to watch this
Yes.
so that you can make decision. This is a first-hand experience. She went there, she saw a whole lot. I'm not talking too much. She's going to be sharing her experience and what she's currently doing, supporting African youth. Oh, la! Jim Barak is coming through. Is coming through. So, Giwa, be ready. You are going to be somebody's going to be asking you some questions. Wow! Now let's welcome Jim Barak.
How do I say that the knowing of a family to be supported by the Deos, I know in my heart that it's never going to fail. You've come to the right people, and God has always provided the Cetros with a beautiful heart, and that love is going to be shared, and the Fantastic Four are going to be successful.
Wow.
And I'm going to make a donation today. I'm going to give $100 for the Fantastic Four.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'll be giving that money through PayPal to the Cetros, and I know that will get to you.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
You're welcome.
Thank you
It's the
so
least
much.
I can do.
Thank you so much. Mr. Jim, I'm grateful. Thank you so
Me
much.
too.
Thank
You've
you
given
so
me
much.
inspiration and hope that to know that God has filled your heart with love in one of the most heartbreaking situations I've ever heard in my life. So I want to thank you for holding strong and being such a proud example of being in the light of the Lord and knowing that inside your heart, you're not going to be wrecked by this. It's not going to determine you as a person. It's going to only make you stronger. Yeah.
Yes.
I had a very hard time wanting to join this stream today.
Wow.
It was very hard for me. But all I can say is, let's get those babies some really nice, diapers and lots of things that you need. And the first couple of years are going to be the most important part for those children, especially when dad is going to be working quite a bit. It seems like dad will be working. So the first couple of years, with the foundation of the Cetros Foundation being there for you, this is going to be a long project. This is not going to be short. This is going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
And this makes me feel good to know that we're going to also have to get all the other Patreons to increase their maybe just a few dollars a month. I think that would be something to add into the Fantastic Four. I'm not trying to plead for more money to the Cetros crowd. I'm pleading it so that the family of the Fantastic Four can have an easier adjustment. That's why I want to help.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jim.
Thank you so very much, Jim.
I'm grateful.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
grateful.
Let me just quickly say this, Jim. If you are sending anything to the Fantastic Four, PayPal doesn't work in Nigeria. So, you can either use SendWave, or if you use SendWave, it will be very fast, or MoneyGram.
MoneyGram or SendWave or World Remit.
World Remit. MoneyGram, SendWave, or World Remit. So that those are the three that can really work here.
So and for
Nigeria.
SendWave, we can just send you their daddy's number immediately.
Yeah.
So you will just receive it directly.
Yeah, put it in the private chat room over here and send me a link.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, because as much as we are trying to help, also we know we are going on a far journey, and if we are doing anything for anybody, we want to make sure that the fund gets to the person directly. You understand? Is to help us sustain our own accountability If anything is coming to the foundation, we know that it's okay, it's for the
For the
foundation.
foundation.
But if it's going to help a particular project, we make sure that it goes directly to them. So what I'm just going to do now, while we are talking, I will send you
Mr. Giwa,
okay, Mr.
please.
Giwa, please go
The
to
private
you,
chat.
you will see private chats
chats.
there. Put in your details. The details that is needed is your name,
your phone number. That is not Etisalat. Your phone number that is not Etisalat.
Your phone number, then your address. Those are the three things that is needed.
Then relationship.
And then
you say
relationship, you
friend.
say family friend.
So
those
please, sir,
those are the 4 things you type.
So that we send it to Mr. Jim.
Yeah, type it in the private chat, not the public chat, please. Okay, we are so glad for that. Jim,
maybe one of these days, Jim is going to come to Nigeria and you are going to come to the Fantastic Four with your daughter, with everyone. So that's our greatest joy. We are really advocating this because by the time we start up this business, then you'll be able to see some of our African youths that we've empowered when you come to Fantastic Four and so many of all our other foundation locations, because this year we're going to be having location for Citrus Foundation African Youth Development Strategy Program, where you'll be meeting these youths that their lives have been changed. So it's really, really a pleasure. We're so grateful. We're so glad.
Okay. So Mr. Giwa, you just wrote okay. So we are waiting for the details.
Okay, he's already writing.
Okay, he's already giving us the details. Okay. So Jim, is there any other thing you would like to say?
Yes. The boy, is he bothered by being surrounded by the girls?
Blessed is he among women.
So, Mr. Giwa, that question is for you.
Okay.
I think we just lost him now. Okay. Jim, can you see the private chat?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
this is basically what you need. Just his name, his number, for what is it called?
Then his address.
And what app is this for again?
I'm back.
You said?
Sorry,
okay.
Went off.
No problem. So
okay.
We are waiting for
your address
in the private chat.
Okay.
Your address, then relationship. You
just write family friend. So send wave is very good, very fast. You just go.
Send wave under a minute, ma'am.
It's good.
We are getting it. So, it's been a very interesting.
Mr. Giwa wants to answer.
Okay, Mr. Giwa, you have a pending question to answer.
Okay, please. What's the question?
How is the only boy doing among the girls?
Wow, he's doing so fantastically great. He's, in fact, I don't know how to the adjective to use in qualifying him now, but he's really doing well.
Giwa, are you at home?
Yes, I'm home. I'm home.
Can you show us?
We want to see the babies live. Please, this is the point that we need to see the babies live.
Yeah, let us just see.
So we need to see our babies. For everyone that cares, this is the first set of quadruplets of the Citrus Foundation. So let's see our babies live.
Yeah, we're coming.
Okay, they are bringing them out. Oh my God! I hope they are not sleeping.
Okay. No.
Okay. Whoa.
We'll come back.
I think he will join us back.
I hope Jim has been able to see his information.
Yes, I'm going to write it down. Yes, I'm going to write it down right now.
Okay. Thank you so very much.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, so let's see our babies. You might need to put light
on their phone,
on their face.
Yeah.
Oh Why is the
Is it?
network doing this?
Yeah, 5 minutes. Not confirmation.
Oh,
This network.
I
Okay.
I think that there is no much network in their room.
Oh, okay, gang,
Okay.
gang.
That's Joy Girl.
Wow. Wow. This is a massive bed for them.
Yeah. They
Like
rather
they are
they
sleeping.
prefer sleeping on the bigger bed than their baby cots.
Okay.
How do you get to differentiate between these children?
How do you know
Uh,
them?
somehow, I could just differentiate. Now, this is
Okay.
Joy, the very
Oh,
first.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. And secondly, we have Josephine. Josephine
Gang,
is a
gang. She's
Oh.
sleeping. Jim, look at her face.
Wow.
She,
Okay.
that's
okay.
Let's see.
Josephine.
Let's see the
Then
third.
the third is
The big man.
the biggest
Is the big
boy
man.
Wow.
Oh
Hey,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's
among
see his
women.
face very
let's
well.
see his face. The camera is not showing him very well.
Let's see his face very well.
Please.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
See his
that
cheek.
that boy can eat. So let's see the last baby.
Then
It's good to see you.
Hello.
the fourth is Joanne.
Yeah, she's
Oh, she's
sleeping.
sleeping.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, I think you need to carry your phone out of
Out
that
of
place.
their room,
You are
please.
making them cry. Yeah, please leave the room for them.
Thank you so very much. Mr.
Bless
Jim,
God.
thank you so very much. I'm grateful. I'm so
Bless God.
grateful. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
Thank
Thankful
you,
for you.
everyone. Everyone.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Rolly Nail says, what is this all about?
Okay.
Rolly Nail, let me do a short recap.
You
This,
should
yes,
play the video.
please play the video
Play the
from
stream.
play the stream from the beginning. It tells you everything.
Everything.
It's the story of the quadruplet. They are lost their mom at birth, and this their dad, and these are the quadruplets. And Sexual Foundation will helping them set up a 9 digits. I'm not even saying a 6 digit now.
A 6 digit, please. A 6 digit
A
business.
6 digit to start with business, so that they come up with all that they need to take care of these children right from this
Oh,
tender age.
well,
So that's it.
let's clap for one of our
Thanks,
new
Faye.
followers. Say Faye,
You're welcome.
New Orleans. You know, when I used to stay in New Orleans, somewhere in Lagos. Don't mind me, Jim. So fair. It's nice having you here. So in case this video gets to anybody new, just kindly subscribe to our channel. This is a channel dedicated to supporting African youth, empowering them. And we just discovered the latest youngest African youth to be supported, which happens to be
The Fantastic
the
Four.
Fantastic Four. And
Yeah.
we can be sure, we can be so happy to tell you that we have helped to set up a 6 digit business for the Fantastic Four at 0 age, at 0 years old.
Yes, they are still just like
They are-
sad. They were given birth to on the 3rd of January, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the 2nd of January.
Hello, sir. 2nd
Second
of
of
January,
January.
that is February, March.
So
2nd of
they
January
just
2021. That means they're just 2 months.
2 months.
2
So,
months
yes.
plus.
I
So
think
zero.
I think it's an achievement for us to be able to set up a 4 million naira business for a 2-month-old quadruplet. And if we follow this up properly, we monitor it properly, we are going to be sure that these children, they will never lack. Because from Cetro's Foundation, we are giving them lifetime promotion. We are going to promote their business till eternity. When I mean till eternity, till we are handing them over to their husband when they are getting married, until we are we are going to be very old then, when we just come.
No, not too old. How old are you now? In the next stage, Mr. Jim, Children get married at age 20, 22.
If you have
Add 20 to your age
I'll be
now.
60 something.
61.
So, 61. I'm going to be very old then.
I'm not that old.
I'm not that old, but at least.
What of Mr. Jim that is almost Mr. Jim, how old are you? So sorry.
53.
You
Oh,
see?
Jim,
And he's still looking very
he's still
young.
looking like a high school movie guy. Do you know you can say act in the high school movie?
I couldn't hear you.
Do you know that you can still act in the high school movie?
Oh no, not me.
So, Face says, I love all your accents. I love yours too. And let me go deep into the accent of the African. That's the real African accent. So it's nice having you. If you have not subscribed to the Set Truths, please kindly subscribe to our channel. We'll promise to be bringing you more information about this and every other African youth that we are supporting. Some of them are going to be getting their machines very soon, and a whole lot of persons. This year we are working on a project. Let me quickly say this. This year we are working on a project in which we are currently pulling funds together to get a building where we can bring all these youths that we have empowered in numerous places, so that they can have a place where they can be able to sell their products, a physical place, a physical store that customers can walk in and see what they are doing, and a place where we can also be training these youth, because we now need we are beginning to see that
the cost of
training them is very, very much. So we need a space where we can be training these youths by ourselves, getting instructors and the likes to work there, so that we can monitor standard production. And we are so glad that the lady from the village in Edo State has already got 10 bags being ordered for in which country is that? Austria. So we are so glad.
She's getting ready for the order.
She's working on the order presently, and so many things are coming up. Let me just gist you. I might be selling an online book very soon.
No, it's not. I might be selling. That was what the update I wanted to give them. Mr. Jim, from last week, the what's the name of the woman again? So the sex education woman, our online book will be soon out. So that's what we discussed last week. So she's really working on it. So we'll get back to you once it's out. Everybody that wants to get that book on sex education, it's going to be everywhere across the globe, and it's going to be great.
So with that being said, Jim, your parting word.
Thank you for being the type of person that has the heart of a lion to stay together and not fall apart as a person. This I don't know how I can even relate to this. This is beyond something that I can imagine happening to somebody. Can you imagine the highs and the lows of that day? I mean, those are the emotions that are going to live with, that would haunt me as a person. And it seems like, I can't relate to it, but it's amazing to see you with a smile on your face, Mr. Giwa. It's amazing.
Thank you so very much. I'm grateful, Mr. Jim. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your help, your support, your love. I'm so grateful. I'm so overwhelmed with joy. Joy unspeakable. I'm so grateful. Thank you so very much. God bless you all.
Deo and Choke, stay in the private chat room when you're done. I want to talk to you a little bit privately after you end this, but stay in the private chat room.
Okay, we'll do just that. And from all of us, this is our parting words. We might have lost a daughter last year, but we are so glad that in place of a single daughter, we got four. We got four. 3 girls and 1 boy. We got them, and we are so glad. We are so happy that it's really fulfilling that we could raise that kind of a money for this family, and we could set up this kind of a business for this family. It will be our forever lasting joy to see the world patronize this Fantastic Four, and we see them going to different countries very, very soon. Different countries hosting them to say, wow, these are the youngest business entrepreneur all the way from Africa. They started at age 0. Who can beat that record? So with all of us, we are saying, love you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so very much. Okay.
So I'll just leave you guys with this video, with this song, while I continue with the private discussion with Jim.
day, everyone, and today you're welcome to Cetro's Vlog family or the Cetros. I remain Joket Tolu and Cetro gang gang. And what's gonna be happening today? I want to say thank you to all our subscribers, our patrons, and we really appreciate you. In case you're not able to subscribe, please subscribe and you can be part of our patrons for as low as $3 per month. So what are we discussing today? Remember the story of the Giwas, quadruplets that lost their mom after delivery. And we came on this channel. We have just come with a very great thank you message today. Because you know what? Guess what? The quadruplets are back home. They are back home. You know, they've been in the hospital under intense medical care at one time. At some other time, they were out of the incubator, still needing care. But the good news is that they are now back home. And the bundle of joy of the Giwas family have gotten to their home. We want to say thank you, God, and thanks to everyone on this platform. Thanks to all the lovers of Cetro's Foundation. We came out begging, crying for help for these children and the family. And we are so glad you came to their aid. You came to help them. Could you believe it that as at the time we visited them on the 6th of March 2021, guess how much we've been able to raise for the children? Oh, we've been able to raise 4.1 million naira. That is huge. We want to say thank you all. If you've just, some person said, I shared the video, thank you. Some persons gave 1 naira, thank you. 1 cent, thank you. Whatever you've given, we are so grateful. I'm short of words to appreciate you. You just have to watch the video of the various help they've received. And that's just it today. We want to say thank you to everyone.
We are so glad.
Hey,
This is
oh
the
gosh.
chairman of the house.
Yes,
So I'm here live with the Giwas,
Yes.
the quadruplets. This is the man of their own. This one they chop. So this is one of the girls.
This is Josephine.
This is Josephine.
Yes.
Wow.
This
Wow.
is
Second.
your daughter.
Wow. 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 Okay.
And this is Enjoy.
Wow. We
The
have
very first.
the first
Yeah.
chair lady.
Yes.
Female managing committee.
That's-
Wow. Wow.
And this is Joan.
Joan.
The
Wow.
fourth.
Wow. See Joanne here. The fourth of them. Wow. Wow. This is great. So we are so happy that we are seeing the Giwas.
Yes.
The 4 of them intact. They are back to the house now. This is Dasoto, the most handsome, yakable Africanicious, adrenaline pumping, a physic power husband. And today I'm all dressed in my Arabian culture. Okay, we are so glad to tell you that the money that has been generated through this fundraising to take care of these quadruplets that have been under medical care and the likes, presently we are discussing with the father of this quadruplets to set up a business that will be used to take care of these children, because regardless of whatever the amount of money that is contributed, if it's not put into a business to take care of these children, these babies, I tell you, it will really not matter. So based on that, we'll be giving you an update on the business they are setting up for these children. In short, they've gotten a consultant to help them to manage to set up this business, and as we speak, we will give you back-to-back reports on the update of the business. And by the time the business that is being set up to take care of these children in schooling, in clothing, in feeding and the likes of them, we are going to be telling you, we are going to be very happy if you go on to patronize the business that is set up for these children so that they can be well taken care of. I'm so glad, I'm so happy. So just watch the video. Okay, so everyone, I'm right here at the Giwas place for the quadruplet, and we are so pleased, we are so happy that everything is going on fine. We appreciate all of you guys that have been able to help us to help this family to raise a certain amount of money, and we do not take this for granted. And for integrity purpose, we are giving you this feedback on what we've gotten so far, and the fact that the children have been discharged from the hospital. We also appreciate the hospital. I'll allow the their dad to talk and appreciate everyone because we are so glad that everything is ending well. And just like we promised, we continue to monitor these babies because they are the Citrus Foundation babies.
Yeah.
So we continue to monitor them from stage to stage and be giving you updates about them. Okay, today I will show you what we've come to present to the babies. So over to the dad.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Giwas Samuel, the dad to the quadruplets. I am so grateful to God for all He has been doing for us, and also our support, our donors, our helpers that have been giving all they can to ensure that the quadruplets are comfortable, they are well received. I thank you so very much. I'm so grateful for your tremendous support, your financial assistance, your gifts, items, your prayers, all forms of support that I've been getting from every corner. It has been so amazing. Thank you so very much for all the donors, the cash gifts, the gift item, the prayers, the ideas, the support in general. Thank you so very much. I've received a total sum of 4.1 million naira as at today,
Okay.
which has been, in fact, unbelievable. I never expected that huge amount, and it keeps coming. And all I could say is thank you so very much. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. A whole lot of viewers have been following up on the video link, the link online, and they've been rendering their support, financial support. It's been so amazing. Thank you so very much. I'm so grateful. Thank you so very much. And I also want to appreciate the management and staff of the Mercy Tribe Specialist Hospital,
Okay.
where the quadruplets were being delivered. Initially, we already had an agreement prior to when my wife put to bed. Then afterwards, I knew I had a balance of over 2.7 million naira to balance up with. But so surprisingly, the management had to write it off. My quadruplets were being discharged for free.
Wow.
Without any charges.
Wow.
Aside the previous deposit that has been made. There was no additional charges from the hospital to us. We were being discharged, and they were still willing to keep them till when I am so sure of bringing them home.
Wow.
And all calls to be on them, that they don't mind.
Wow.
That they can go to any length to ensure that they are medically sound and fit before they could be discharged. So thank you so very much.
What's the name of the hospital again?
Mercy Tribe Specialist Hospital.
Mercy Tribe Specialist Hospital. We're using this opportunity to appreciate you very much for this, can I call this philanthropic attitude, or this God-sent response to our cry. And I hope and I pray that your hospital will continue to work stronger and expand further.
Amen.
Okay, so any other person?
Yes, I also have a nutritionist that I hardly know.
Okay.
She got to see the video online.
Okay.
And immediately she could relate it to what a pastor friend of hers told her. Okay. That one of the sons in church, they just had their quadruplets. And she could also bring that video to my pastorate to confirm if it's the same person which is he was talking about, and it happens to be the same person. And she has been so supportive. She has been coming here on weekly basis. She ensures she gets here at least once a week, bringing all forms of baby item, gifts. Today I went out. On my way back, I got the news that she even gifted the baby a washing machine.
Wow,
She
that's
came
great.
with a lot of clothes for the
Wow,
babies
wow,
and baby
wow,
coats.
Wow,
Even if we had one, she still insisted of bringing more.
wow,
That if possible, they will have their own baby coats
yes,
separately.
that's great.
That she has been so wonderful and so amazing. I hardly know her, but when she heard about this, she keyed into it, and she has been of immense support. Thank you so very much.
Wow.
Thank you so very much. I can't appreciate you enough. But in all, thank you so very much. God bless you. God bless you.
Okay.
Mr. Dayo, Cetrus Foundation, in fact, words will fail me right now to sincerely appreciate you for what you have done. If not
God.
for you,
Bless God.
it wouldn't have been, the story might have not been heard, but you brought it up on this platform, and it is everywhere, and everyone could relate with it and also show their support. I'm getting calls from far and wide, calling, making reference to the Cetrus Foundation. They saw the videos and all of that, and they are coming with their support. And thank you so much, Mr. Dayo. I also would not fail to thank the wife specially. In fact, she took it as her own, and she is all out to ensure that the kids get the support, the right support that they need. Thank you so very much, ma. God bless you immensely and your family.
I think I need to correct him there. The people you should just be thanking are the Cetrus Foundation in totality, the committee and the likes of them. Okay. A lot of them really put it on their shoulder, and all our subscribers, we are so glad. We are so glad to have you guys. We are so glad to have you guys. I don't know the kind of English to say. You shared the video, you talked about it. Some of you made a contribution. You know, I told you that a lot of you that was asking, is the money supposed to be paid into the foundation? I told you that the account number of the dad of the quadruplet is there, and I'm so glad for what I'm hearing, that you guys made the payment directly to the family that needs it. That's the major thing, and that's the challenge we have in this country. People that are really in need do not get the support that is needed. I'm so glad that this is not one of those joking story, but here we have full proof of everything. We are so glad that people can rise up. People at this turbulent time all over the world, people are rising up to help this quadruplet. And please watch out. I told you that we are going in series. You are going to be seeing these children as they progress. That's our joy. We want to see them when they are going back to school, when they are resuming to school, when they'll be giving them out in marriage. That's when we'll now say, okay, fine, we've completed our work. So we are so grateful. This is a short one. It's just to appreciate every one of us. And the gift that you have seen being displayed is the one we shot in the last video that we bought. We are waiting for the quadruplet to be back to the house before we bring it and present it, and also see our baby. I've seen them. I think I carried one of them. They are all sleeping, enjoying themselves. And as usual, we've advised him, because that's one thing in our foundation. We don't joke with quality advice on entrepreneurship. That is a salary earner. There is no way as a salary not with his wife again, just himself, that no way can feel a business consultant for them to set up a business that will be generating inflow to take care of these children, because that is how these children can be properly taken care of. So we welcome all your support. We are so glad for this. With that being said, we are signing out here.
Thank you so very much. God bless you all. See you.
Bye-bye. So as we have come to the conclusion of this beautiful episode concerning the Giwas, the Fantastic Four, we are going to be signing out now. Please always remember to hug your spouse 16 times per day. It kills what we call burukuru meningitis.
And that's it. We are really, really grateful. Thank you all, and remain blessed. Don't forget the joy therapy that cures it all. Whatever you're going through, make sure you don't lose your joy, because your joy is your strength. and your strength is your life. So till we see you next time, we remain the Cetros. Catch you, love you, bye bye. You may like to watch this video or this.
The Lord bless the founder and the experts in Jesus' name.
If you guys can come back in the room, that'd be great.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir. So sorry.
Oh no,
I'm
no,
on
don't
a
worry.
call, on a separate call, but I've
Okay.
just muted my this thing. It's supposed to be a conference, so I've
Okay.
muted it now. So
Oh,
I
do
never knew
you
that
need?
you were back. Okay, so I'm with
Oh,
you.
okay. Okay. You don't. So the send wave. I'm about to download the app and put it. Should I put it on my phone or should I put it on my laptop?
I think your phone is okay. It
Okay.
depends on
All right.
whichever you want, but I think most times it's usually faster. Most time they use phone.
Okay. Okay. That's
Yeah.
what I wanted to know. Um,
Okay.
and then so I've got his address here, and so when I get the app all set up, I just punch in all of this information, and it will go right to him.
Exactly. Exactly to
Okay.
him. Exactly to
Okay.
him. That's the fastest, the easiest means of sending money to anybody in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they will send a code to you and a password for him to use in collecting it. They will also send to
Okay.
him also. But once you make the transaction, whatever information they send to you, just forward it to him. They will give you transaction code and the likes. You just send to him. That's what he's going to use for the cash pickup. And
Oh,
they
so I
will,
forward that to him. Okay.
yes. So you forward it to his number. Is that number that he wrote for you? I hope he put +234. It did not. Let me quickly help correct
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Let me
Good.
re, let me rewrite that number 70
07 069 075 912.
now. See how you will see how the number will be now. If you put
Oh,
the
okay.
so
So now that's the real number. Not so. Are you missing a
yeah.
zero? It's +234. Shouldn't there be a zero in front of that?
That 40 will not be written.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the correct number. Two
Yes,
plus
please.
234
70
70
69
6905912. Okay. I'll get
Yes,
that
sir.
done tonight.
Okay, sir. So grateful.
It's like that number, Jim.
So
Give him our own number like that.
okay.
Let's give you our number. Then we'll take your
Okay.
number like that.
Do you have our number like that?
No, I don't.
Okay, 234 81 79 59 1789. Let's have your number also.
My phone number is 949
949
554
554
5135.
5135.
I would like you to test it out too. I would like to be able to test it. If you could call me, that would be great when you get the time.
Okay, I'll do that after this my conference call.
Okay, let me write down this other number for you.
Okay.
234 817 959
1789.
1789. Okay, good. I
Yes.
need glasses sometimes. Happy birthday, Joke. I hope you have a wonderful birthday.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much.
That was a very heartbreaking show for me to watch.
Oh my God.
And I'm so glad you put up the video at the end. That was very nice way to end the show.
Yes. I just have to. I'm so glad that those kids can be given a life of their own, and we'll
I'm gonna
monitor.
be, yeah. I'm gonna be
We'll-
making sure I can contribute to this on a monthly basis. So I'm gonna increase my Patreon, and hopefully you can give a little extra or keep it. I know you guys will take care of it, so I'm not worried.
no issue at all. God will help us to
Yes.
monitor the
I know.
business so that those kids can have a life, so that the guy
Okay.
can focus on his work. We are
Okay.
so grateful. So, and I'm so happy that their father is also a responsible man,
Yes.
uh, because I get annoyed when I see Africans spoiling our image anywhere in the world. So with this, we can really give these children a good life, and they can become a very good ambassador to the world. So,
Oh, that's
Jim,
very nice.
as
Yeah.
as always, we are very, very grateful. We are very, very
Oh,
grateful.
I'm
And
grateful for you guys because if it wasn't for you guys doing this great work, uh, I wouldn't be able to get involved if it wasn't for you guys.
wow, wow, we
And
bless God.
that just I have to be able to to find people like you, and it's very hard. It's very hard for people who have the right cause, the right understanding, and the tenacity to continue, not talk but do, like you do.
The world is full of talkers, only few are
Yes,
doers. So, and I'm just so glad that we can see our baby in the life of those babies. So
yes, I
that is
know.
comforting. So that's comforting. We'll give it our best. We'll promote their business without asking for a dime. We know that God is the one providing for us, and He will continue to provide for us. But we want to just give out our best to give
Okay,
life to those that are struggling. A lot of people are struggling in Africa. All they just need is a little help, and they will never go to fraud. They will never go to corruption. They will never
right.
go into anything drug addiction. Those are the people we want to save. Those It's not just about talking. Too much talking, people are not working. It's
Yeah.
time to walk the walk. And I don't know what it will cost us. It has already cost us much, but we'll continue to struggle with the little that I and my family we have, and with contacts here and there, we'll just be able to put smiles on people's face. Even when people do not recognize our effort, we know that in the future, God will repay us back. But the most utmost thing is that I want to see these four children. None of them should die. None of them should be a mediocre. None of them should miss their mom. None of them should feel that they are being raised by only their father. None of them should take to crime, and none of them should look for employment. I want to make sure that these children are job creators. So that is what
Okay.
is going to give me joy, and we are set about it. We will continue to monitor their growth from stage to stage, from stage to stage. And I know
Right.
God is by our side. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's like a tree. Once you plant the seed and it continues to grow, give out the fruit. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
so I would look forward to. I want to. Hopefully, you can test my phone number. Maybe we can start texting soon, and then
Okay.
I thank you for staying online for so I could talk to you a little bit. And then when my wife gets home, I will get this SendWave app already. I'll get it working. Then I have to hook up a credit card, and then
Okay.
I don't know how to do all that stuff. I'm a boomer, but
No, no problem. No
my
problem. We are
wife is
so
good at it
glad.
though.
We are so glad. We are, we are so glad that we have people like you, and we are so glad that God is helping us despite the corruption around us. God is really the one helping us to fight to take care of the needy. And I know that very soon Africa will be the best if we take this right place in the world, and we'll all
Absolutely.
smile. So thank you so much, Jim.
All
So
right. Well,
see,
let me let you get back to your family, and then
okay.
don't forget to try it a little later to test my phone. I want to. That will be a good way, so I know that if I do something wrong, I can get back in contact with you other than online.
I'll do just that. I'll do just that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, bye bye,
Okay.
sir.
Bye.
Bye, bye bye.
Happy birthday, Joke.
Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò jẹ́ right?